Okay, we have like 5% battery, so like let's hope the shit doesn't die. Keep this together, otherwise I'm gonna have to kill somebody.
Now tuned into the motherfucking greatest.
What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of The Rage of the Day. I'm Mikey, and today we're gonna talk a little bit about honesty. And not honesty like don't tell white lies and shit like that, like shit happens, whatever, and you're like, does this make me look fat? And what am I supposed to say? No, we're talking about being honest about your problems so that you can find solutions to them. Telling the fucking truth and just openly assessing these things. They'd rather ignore problems than just be honest about them and try to actually solve them. It's like when your parents are coming to visit, and so you like hurry up and you clean the house as if nobody fucking lives there, right? Or when you get a corporate visit or an inspection at work, and so you work real hard to make everything look like it's working and everything's great. Fucking stop doing that shit. You're just lying. And what's worse is you're allowing your boss or your boss's boss to believe the shit that you're selling. You're saying, no, things are going great, when everything's actually fucking falling apart, but because you put in a fucking insane amount of work for 2 days, you made everything look great, and now they think, hey, our strategy's working. When actually, it's not fucking working, and if you were honest with them and fucking told them about it, maybe they could solve the problem and have real data to go back and say, hey, we thought this would work, but it turns out in practice, it's not actually working. But nobody wants to do that. Everybody just wants to fucking be a kiss ass. Instead of trying to show off and get your name out there for 5 seconds, why don't you work fucking hard for 5 years and actually make a real difference? Make a fucking impact. Be honest. Affect change. Quit thinking it's more important to look good than actually be good. Quit looking for a reward and for an attaboy, a fucking, hey, you did a great job with this. How about you just fucking be good and let the work speak for itself? That's all you fucking have to do. Why are we so afraid to say, hey, this isn't working. Let's actually fix it. Let's do something. A perfect example of this is Alan Mulally. He was the CEO of Ford, and he took over Ford as Ford was failing, but before the bankruptcies and the bailouts and stuff. He told a story about one of the first meetings he ever had at Ford. He sat down and he said, okay, guys, we've got like a $3 billion deficit going on right now. So like, let's talk about some of the problems in the company. Huge office, huge meeting. Nobody fucking says shit. Nobody has any problems. So everybody's telling me everything's going great, but we have a $3 billion deficit. That's great to you guys. We're killing it. This continued for many other meetings until finally somebody said, hey, we actually have a problem that we can't fucking figure out how to solve. And so maybe someone could help us with that. And it turned out someone else at that meeting was like, oh yeah, no, we had that same problem. Let me show you how to solve that. And that's how they started fixing things. But they could not fix things until people fucking talked about it. If you're not willing to talk about the problems, if you'd rather just pretend you're fucking good at something and like fucking fake your way through it, you're never actually going to get good at these things. If you were actually putting in the work, then you wouldn't have to fucking bust your ass one day when your boss is coming, because every day would show that you are doing a good job. So why don't you fucking get off your ass and actually put in the work instead of being a little bitch and looking out, trying to get your name out there and trying to be a big fucking deal instead of just letting your work fucking speak for you. Tell them, Jay.
Now tuned into the motherfucking greatest.